Good morning and welcome. It is Sunday the 13th of February. This is Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, today we have got half stake day. All we're doing is a half stake day. There's not much about that I found, so just going to go with a half stake. So we'll go through the bet in a minute. Before we do, we'll do a recap of yesterday and we'll do a word on the golf. But I'm expecting today's video to be on the shorter side. Alright, so review of yesterday. First bet, I can't tell you, I was genuinely gutted. I felt like the first two legs had done so well. So we had My Girl Lollipop, second 12 to 1 on SP and on the channel. Choice of words, second 16 to 1 on the channel, 7 to 1 SP. And we just needed Al to come second of 5 in a donkey race at Lingfield, and it could only do third. So we did get profit on the individual bet for that one, but I can't tell you how gutted I was. It was a really, really lovely little bet, that. And it would have been very sweet to have landed the three-way each way Trixie. It wasn't to be, but yeah, I was genuinely gutted. The Lingfield bet was terrible. I did give you a health warning. I'm terrible at Lingfield at the moment, so that was bad. Then the main Lucky 15, big breakaway, did get a sneaker place. It got fourth on Sky Bet. They paid fourth. Jack and Mark lost out in a bunch finish and couldn't get fourth, so we lost out there. Capture the Action ran an awful race, as it does occasionally. First Street, I was really, really pleased with First Street because I've mentioned it a couple of times on the channel ahead of the Bet for Hurdle a few weeks ago, that I was watching it in the market. It duly came third, 14 to 1, so we had a little single on that and we had the each way double with the big breakaway, so we got a bit back there. And then the last two bets, the Utoxa bet was awful. I mean, so bad. 3 out of 4 horses pulled up, which was terrible. But I think what happened is the going went a lot heavier than was forecast at Utoxa, which threw out a lot of horses. And then to finish off with, we couldn't get saved yesterday by the late night win bet. So the first two short legs were beating quite comfortably at short prices, which was disappointing. The two bigger prizes, Night on Earth and Precision Storm, ran great races but were beaten into second, both of them. So no return there. So unfortunately, yesterday I made it £30 on because we did a stake and a half and £15.08 back. So we only got back half of what we put on. So that does leave us in a bit of a hole going into the final day today. Because I say final day of the week, because we start the new week next week. So we've got quite a bit to find in order for us to make profit. But as I've always saying, we will lose more days than we win, and we will probably lose more weeks than we win. Hopefully we'll win more months than we lose, and we will win overall in the year. But this maybe not our week, but you never quite know what can happen on the corner. Okay, so word on the golf. We're actually looking in a slightly better shape this morning. In the Ras Al Khaimah, Hurley Long and Ross Fisher are both in the top 10 at the moment, fighting it out for places. So we might be able to get a little bit back there. And they were both really, really nice prices. So I'm going to keep my eye on that this morning. And then in the Phoenix Waste Management, KH Lee's dropped off now, but Max Homer is in contention for places too. So we've got 3 going into kind of the final element of the golf that could get us a bit of cash back. So we'll keep an eye on the golf. As far as horses goes, what is my answer to yesterday only getting half our money back and finding ourselves significantly behind for the week? Well, it's to do a very uncreative bet, basically. Because I'm just going to do what I normally do. The prices aren't there today. So bet 1, my main part of our stake here is each way Lucky 15. And yeah, just a bit frustrated. The prices aren't quite there today. So we've got 150 Southwell, Kapler Spirit 6 to 1, 230 Exeter Urban Grit 8 to 1. And then the bottom 2, I've taken the SP only because on Sky Bet we don't get best price guaranteed. If you are betting with other bookmakers, take the prices that you can get. But those were both nibbled in this morning and I wasn't quite happy, but I like the horses and I want to keep them in. So I'm hoping that they both drift out a little bit for starting price. So 240 Punchestown, Stones and Roses, 410 Punchestown, Golden Cosmos. So 25p each way, Lucky 15. In order for us to come out ahead for the week, we need all 4 to place, or we probably need 3 to win. That's the tall order, and this week each way placing has really gone off the boil. So that's what's cost us this week and why we're behind. Because when I do the statistics tomorrow, you'll see from each way placing our percent ratio is so much lower than any of the other weeks on the channel. It is what it is. It happens sometimes. Let's see if today we turn it. That's bet one, and bet two. I'm sure some of you will turn your heads and say, "Well, this is supposed to be about value, Callum. What are you doing?" I'm doing £2.50 win on largely debut in the 310 Punchestown. So I've mentioned this horse before on one of my Cheltenham videos as a possible big outsider in the Supreme Novice. The time before last, it absolutely smashed Kilcroot. It's a really, really quality horse. Next time out, it burst a blood vessel. Something went wrong with it. If they can fix the issues with the horse and it comes out unscathed, it runs to form, it should smash this field. I think it's a really, really decent horse. And if it does win and win comfortably, I'm imagining it's going to come down a lot in the Supreme Novice. So you could have got 66 to 1. It's now 33s for the Supreme Novice. Clearly there's something a bit temperamental about it. It burst a blood vessel last time. So 2 to 1, I'm having a little go. There was nothing else I could find as a win bet I like to go with it. So I'm just going to go 250 win on largely debut. It's not going to win us great money on the channel. It might not win you great money, but I think it's still a really decent bet at 2 to 1. Anything above evens, I think, is a good bet for that horse. All right, that's what we got. Hope you were all well. Hope you are doing successfully well. And we will regroup tomorrow to find out what happened in the golf, what happened in the racing, and whether we ultimately did manage to make profit for this week or not. Thanks very much. Cheerio.